There is a profound and often unspoken transformation that occurs in a woman's body as she journeys through her 60s and beyond, a seismic internal shift that can leave her feeling like a stranger in her own skin. It is a change that is written on the surface, in the fine lines that deepen into wrinkles, in the loss of that firm, youthful plumpness, and in a new, crepe-like texture that feels fragile to the touch. It is a change that is felt deep within, in the morning stiffness that settles into the joints, in the nagging, persistent ache in a knee or a hip that turns a joyful walk into a painful chore. And it is a change that is experienced at the deepest, most elemental level of our being, in a subtle but pervasive hormonal silence that can manifest as a persistent fatigue, a foggy mind, and a general fading of our once vibrant energy. The problem we are going to confront today in its entirety is the tragic and deeply flawed way that we, as a society and as a medical system, have been taught to view this profound postmenopausal transformation. We have been conditioned to see these three issues: the aging of our skin, the deterioration of our joints, and the decline of our hormonal vitality, as separate, distinct, and largely unrelated inevitabilities. We are sold a multi-billion-dollar arsenal of anti-wrinkle creams for our skin. We are given powerful and often damaging anti-inflammatory drugs for our joints, and we are offered a confusing and often controversial array of hormonal therapies for our internal well-being. We are, in effect, fighting a three-front war, a scattered and exhausting battle against what we are told is the inexorable and unconquerable army of aging. But what if this entire paradigm is fundamentally wrong? What if these are not three separate battles, but are, in fact, three different symptoms of a single, underlying, and entirely correctable systemic failure? What if the thinning of your skin, the aching of your joints, and the fading of your hormonal fire are all rooted in a common soil of chronic inflammation and a profound deficiency in a few, specific and absolutely critical nutritional building blocks? And what if the secret to not just managing, but to actively reversing much of this decline is not found in three different specialists' offices, but in a simple, synergistic, and scientifically validated protocol of just three foundational vitamins and nutrients? Today, we are going to embark on the most important and empowering journey into the science of female aging you have ever taken. We will dismantle the fragmented and symptom-based model of postmenopausal health and replace it with a new, holistic, and deeply integrated understanding of the female body. We will reveal the one, single, unifying biological process that is at the very heart of the aging of your skin, your joints, and your hormonal system. We will then introduce you to a powerful, synergistic trio of specific nutrients. We will not just name them. We will spend hours dissecting the deep, molecular, and hormonal science that makes each one so powerfully effective. We will explain how, when taken together, these three vitamins form a perfect, interlocking, and profoundly therapeutic system that can help to rebuild your collagen, to extinguish the fires of chronic inflammation, and to support the very foundation of your hormonal health. This is not about a superficial, cosmetic fix. This is a masterclass in deep, cellular, and systemic rejuvenation. It is your definitive guide to using the profound power of targeted nutrition to not just look younger, but to feel, to move, and to live with the vibrant, pain-free, and hormonally balanced vitality that is your birthright at any age. Before we can appreciate the profound elegance of our three-part solution, we must first have a deep and unified understanding of the problem. What is the single, common thread that links the wrinkling of your skin, the aching of your joints, and the dysregulation of your hormones after the age of 60? The answer can be summarized in two powerful and interconnected words: collagen and inflammation. Let's start with collagen. As we have discussed in other contexts, collagen is the most abundant protein in your entire body. It is the literal glue that holds you together. It is the primary, structural, fibrous protein that makes up your connective tissue. And where is this connective tissue found? It is the primary component of the dermis, the deep layer of your skin, providing it with its firmness, its plumpness, and its resilience. It is the primary component of the cartilage that cushions your joints, allowing them to move smoothly and without pain. And it is a key structural component of your bones, your blood vessels, and every single organ in your body. Now, let's talk about the profound and intimate relationship between collagen and the primary female hormone, estrogen. Estrogen is not just a reproductive hormone. It is a master regulator and a powerful protector of your body's collagen. Estrogen directly stimulates the activity of your fibroblast cells, the collagen factories in your skin and your connective tissues, telling them to produce more high-quality collagen. It also puts the brakes on the activity of the enzymes, the MMPs, that are responsible for breaking down old collagen. In your premenopausal years, the high levels of estrogen create a profoundly pro-collagen anabolic environment. Then, at menopause, the bottom drops out. The precipitous and permanent decline in your estrogen levels is like a catastrophic 1-2 punch to your entire collagenous framework. The on switch for your collagen factories is turned off, and the brakes on your collagen-destroying enzymes are released. The result is a dramatic and accelerated loss of collagen throughout your entire body. It is estimated that a woman can lose up to 30% of her skin's collagen in the first 5 years after menopause alone. This is the direct biological cause of the sudden acceleration in skin aging, the thinning, the sagging, the wrinkling that so many women experience. And this same dramatic loss of the collagenous cartilage is what is happening silently on the inside of your joints, leading to the pain and the stiffness of osteoarthritis. Now for the second half of our unified problem: inflammation. The loss of estrogen is not just a collagen crisis. It is also a pro-inflammatory event. Estrogen has a powerful, natural, anti-inflammatory effect on the body. When it disappears, it is like firing the body's own internal fire chief. The low-grade, chronic, systemic inflammation that may have been smoldering for years can now erupt into a full-blown blaze. This inflammation further accelerates the breakdown of your precious collagen, as the inflammatory molecules directly stimulate the activity of those collagen-destroying MMP enzymes. It also, of course, is the direct cause of the pain, the swelling, and the joint destruction of both osteoarthritis and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. And this same systemic inflammation can have a profound, negative impact on your remaining hormonal balance, on your brain health, and on your overall sense of energy and well-being. Do you see the perfect, vicious storm we are facing? The loss of estrogen leads to a catastrophic loss of collagen, which weakens our skin and our joints. The loss of estrogen also unleashes a firestorm of chronic inflammation, which further destroys our remaining collagen and causes us pain. The thinning of the skin, the aching of the joints, and the hormonal chaos are not separate problems. They are 3 different manifestations of the exact same underlying biological reality: a body that is in a state of collagen deficiency and inflammatory overload. This profound and unified understanding of the problem gives us our beautiful and unified solution. An effective strategy cannot just be a skin cream or a joint pill. It must be a deep, systemic, and holistic intervention. It must be a strategy that does 3 things simultaneously. It must provide the essential raw building blocks for the body to synthesize new, healthy collagen. It must provide the powerful anti-inflammatory agents to extinguish the fire that is destroying our existing collagen. And it must provide the key hormonal support nutrient that is so critical for the overall health and vitality of a postmenopausal woman. This is the precise, 3-pronged, and synergistic mission of our trio of bedtime vitamins. Let's meet the first and perhaps most foundational member of our rejuvenation trio. This is the nutrient that acts as the master hormonal regulator, the cornerstone of our skeletal and muscular health, and a powerful modulator of our immune system. We are talking about the magnificent and criminally underappreciated vitamin D. We have been taught to think of vitamin D as the bone vitamin, and it is indeed absolutely essential for calcium absorption and for preventing the devastating bone loss of osteoporosis. This alone would be reason enough for every woman over 60 to ensure her levels are optimal. A fracture-proof skeleton is the essential frame upon which our entire mobile existence is built. But the story of vitamin D has become so much broader and so much more profound. We now know that vitamin D is not a vitamin at all. It is a powerful steroid hormone. And there are vitamin D receptors on virtually every single cell in the human body, a clear indication of its profound and system-wide importance. Let's look at its 3 critical roles in our skin, joints, and hormones mission. First, the hormonal role. As a steroid hormone, vitamin D is a crucial member of the entire endocrine symphony. It works in concert with all of your other hormones, and maintaining an optimal level is essential for a sense of overall hormonal balance and well-being. But its most important role here is in its relationship with the very inflammation that was unleashed by the loss of estrogen. Vitamin D is one of the most powerful modulators of the immune system. Having an adequate vitamin D status is like having a wise and experienced conductor for your immune orchestra. It helps to prevent the orchestra from playing out of tune, from overreacting and creating the excessive chronic inflammation that is so damaging to our joints. An adequate vitamin D level is a profoundly anti-inflammatory state. Second, the joint and muscle role. We know vitamin D is for bones, but what about the rest of the joint? Exciting new research is showing that there are vitamin D receptors on the chondrocyte, the very cells that are responsible for maintaining and repairing our cartilage. This suggests that vitamin D plays a direct, and as yet not fully understood, role in the health of our joint cartilage itself. But even more established is its role in the muscles that support those joints. As we know, there are vitamin D receptors on our muscle cells, and it is a powerful genetic switch for muscle strength and function. Strong muscles are the body's natural shock absorbers for our joints. By ensuring your vitamin D levels are optimal, you are helping to build the strong, supportive, muscular corset that your aching joints so desperately need. Third, the skin role. The skin, our largest organ, is also rich in vitamin D receptors. Vitamin D plays a critical role in skin cell growth, repair, and metabolism, as well as in the maintenance of the skin's immune system. While the evidence is still emerging, it is clear that this powerful, hormone-like vitamin is a key player in the overall health and resilience of our skin. A deficiency in vitamin D, which is a near-universal epidemic among older adults, is therefore a catastrophic failure on all three fronts. It is a pro-inflammatory state that exacerbates joint pain. It is a direct cause of the muscle weakness that destabilizes our joints, and it cripples the very foundation of our hormonal and immune health. Supplementing with a high-quality vitamin D3, typically in a dose of 2,000 to 5,000 IU per day, ideally guided by a blood test, is the non-negotiable foundational first step in our protocol. Now that we have laid the hormonal and anti-inflammatory foundation with vitamin D, we need to bring in the master fire extinguisher, the nutrient that is, without question, the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory agent in our entire nutritional arsenal. This brings us to the second member of our trio, the omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. If the loss of estrogen was like firing the body's fire chief, the daily consumption of omega-3s is like hiring a world-class, elite firefighting team. The omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA, which are found primarily in fatty, cold water fish and in algae, are the direct, biochemical precursors to the body's own, internal, inflammation-resolving molecules. Our body's inflammatory process is a double-edged sword. We need a certain amount of acute inflammation to heal from an injury. The problem is the chronic, unresolved inflammation that smolders for years. The omega-3s are the key to the off switch. They are converted in the body into a magnificent family of compounds called specialized pro-resolving mediators, with names like resolvins, protectins, and marazins. Their job is not to block inflammation, like a drug, but to actively and intelligently resolve it, to clean up the battlefield after the fight is over, and to restore the tissue to a state of calm, healthy balance. Let's look at the specific, profound benefits of this for a postmenopausal woman. First, the joint benefit. This is the most well-researched and established effect. A mountain of scientific evidence, including numerous high-quality, randomized controlled trials, has shown that a therapeutic dose of omega-3s can lead to a significant reduction in the pain, the stiffness, and the swelling of both rheumatoid and osteoarthritis. It is, quite simply, one of the most effective natural pain relievers and anti-inflammatories on the planet, and it comes without the dangerous side effects of the NSAID drugs. It is working at the very root of the problem, quenching the inflammatory fire that is destroying your cartilage. Second, the skin benefit. The inflammation that is so damaging to your joints is the very same inflammation that is accelerating the breakdown of the collagen in your skin. By calming this systemic fire, the omega-3s are a powerful internal anti-aging agent for your skin. But their benefit is even more direct. The omega-3s, particularly DHA, are a critical structural component of your skin cell membranes. A cell membrane that is rich in these fluid, flexible omega-3s is a membrane that is hydrated, that is resilient, and that functions as a strong, healthy barrier. A daily dose of omega-3s is like an internal moisturizer, helping to combat the dryness and the loss of elasticity that are so common in our later years. Third, the hormonal and brain benefit. A state of chronic inflammation has a profound, negative impact on our entire endocrine system and on our brain health. The brain itself is over 60% fat, and DHA is the most abundant and important structural fat in the brain. A diet rich in omega-3s is essential for maintaining cognitive function, for supporting a healthy mood, and for combating the brain fog that can be so pervasive. By reducing inflammation, supporting brain structure, and contributing to a sense of overall well-being, the omega-3s are a powerful, foundational support for a woman's vitality after 60. To get a therapeutic, anti-inflammatory effect, you cannot rely on the small amount of omega-3s you might get from eating a few walnuts. You need a concentrated, daily dose from a high-quality fish oil or, for those on a plant-based diet, a marine algae oil supplement. You should look for a supplement that provides a combined total of at least 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA per day. This is our second non-negotiable pillar, the master fire extinguisher. We now have our master hormonal and immune regulator, vitamin D, and we have our master fire extinguisher, omega-3s. We have created a calm, non-inflamed, and hormonally supported internal environment. We have prepared the construction site. Now it is time to bring in the bricks. It is time to provide the raw, physical building blocks to repair the damage that has been done. This brings us to the third and final member of our rejuvenation trio, collagen peptides, taken in conjunction with its essential cofactor, vitamin C. As we have definitively established, the visible and tangible signs of aging in our skin and our joints are a direct consequence of a catastrophic postmenopausal loss of our body's primary structural protein, collagen. The logical and profoundly effective solution is to provide your body with a direct and abundant supply of the specific raw materials it needs to rebuild this precious framework. Collagen peptide supplements are made by taking the collagen-rich connective tissues of animals and breaking them down, through a process called hydrolysis, into small, easily absorbable protein fragments or peptides. When you consume these peptides, you are doing two powerful things. First, you are flooding your bloodstream with a concentrated and very specific profile of amino acids, particularly glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, that are the unique and essential building blocks for your body's own collagen production. But something even more magical happens. These small collagen peptides are not just passive building blocks. They act as powerful signaling molecules. When they are absorbed into your bloodstream and they reach your fibroblast cells in your skin and your connective tissues, they act as a false signal of collagen breakdown. It is like sending a text message to your collagen factories that says, "Emergency! The framework is crumbling. We need you to ramp up production of new collagen immediately." Studies have shown that consuming collagen peptides directly stimulates the fibroblast cells to produce not only more collagen but also more elastin and more hyaluronic acid, the other key molecules that are responsible for the plumpness and the hydration of your skin and your joints. The scientific evidence for the effectiveness of collagen supplementation is now overwhelming. Numerous high-quality, placebo-controlled human trials have shown that a daily intake of collagen peptides can lead to a significant, measurable improvement in skin elasticity, in skin hydration, and a reduction in the visible appearance of wrinkles. And in the realm of joint health, studies have shown that it can lead to a significant reduction in activity-related joint pain and an improvement in function for those with osteoarthritis. But, as we have discussed, there is a critical and non-negotiable catch. For your body to take these powerful building blocks and signaling molecules and to actually weave them into new, strong, functional collagen fibers, one essential cofactor is required. And that is vitamin C. The enzyme that is responsible for the final, crucial step of collagen synthesis is completely dependent on vitamin C. Taking a collagen supplement without ensuring you have an adequate, simultaneous supply of vitamin C is like trying to build a brick wall without any mortar. This is why our third pillar is a two-part pillar. It is the daily, strategic consumption of 10 to 20 grams of a high-quality, hydrolyzed collagen peptide powder, taken in conjunction with a rich source of vitamin C. You can, of course, take a simple vitamin C supplement of about 500 to 1,000 milligrams. Or, even better, you can combine your collagen powder with a whole food source of vitamin C. A perfect and delicious way to do this is to blend your scoop of collagen powder into a smoothie with a cup of vitamin C-rich berries or a splash of citrus juice. Let us now step back and behold the beautiful, elegant, and profoundly synergistic protocol we have created. This is the postmenopausal rejuvenation protocol. It is a targeted, three-pronged, and holistic assault on the root causes of the aging of our skin, our joints, and our hormones. It is a protocol that is ideally implemented in the evening, as the nighttime is the body's primary period for repair and regeneration. About an hour before bed, you will take your synergistic trio. You will take your vitamin D3, the master hormonal and immune regulator. You will take your high-potency omega-3 supplement, the master fire extinguisher. And you will consume your daily dose of collagen peptides, mixed with a source of vitamin C, to provide the essential, raw building blocks and the powerful, regenerative signal for your skin and your joints. This is not a random collection of pills and powders. It is a carefully orchestrated, biological symphony. The vitamin D and the omega-3s work together to create a calm, non-inflamed, and hormonally supportive internal environment. They are preparing the ground. And the collagen and vitamin C then come in to do the active physical work of rebuilding the structure on that perfectly prepared ground. Each component potentiates and amplifies the effects of the others. This is a message of profound and radical empowerment for every woman who has ever looked in the mirror with a sense of loss, or has ever felt the discouraging ache in her joints with a sense of resignation. The narrative of inevitable postmenopausal decline is a choice, not a mandate. You do not have to be a passive victim of your own changing hormones. You have, at your disposal, a simple yet profoundly powerful and scientifically validated toolkit to fight back. You have the power to nourish your body at a level of depth and sophistication that can truly and measurably turn back the clock on a cellular level. The journey to skin that feels more vibrant, to joints that move with more freedom, and to a body that feels more hormonally balanced and energetic is not a mystery. The blueprint is now in your hands. It is a simple yet revolutionary nightly ritual. It is your personal, daily appointment with your own, profound, and enduring rejuvenation.